And welcome back, everyone. I'm a little disheveled. I haven't been up for very long, but obviously the Hoodwin didn't come out yesterday. Things happened. I'm gonna leave it at that. It was very irritating to deal with. I dealt with it, so I figured my hair's being weird right now. I still need to take a shower, so I look a little disheveled right now. But yeah, so I took care of it. So figured I'm not doing much today. I'll just get the who would win out today. And this one comes to us from Carlos Blanco, who's been suggesting this one for a while. So yes, Carlos, I'm finally getting to it. Who would win in a fight? Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon. Now, initially, that was a pretty clear-cut choice in my mind, but when I thought about it, I'm like, ooh, no, this isn't quite as clear-cut as I would make it. I've had both these guys on the channel before. Stitch is Experiment 626, made by, oh god, but what's the... I don't have the information up in front. Normally I can do these guys off the top of my head at this point. Unless it's someone I don't know very well, I can usually do these characters off the top of my head. I can't remember the name of the scientist, but he made he made even more than 126 experiments. I think it was revealed in the show he made like two, he actually had like two other ones, 627 and 628 he'd actually made. But Stitch was the best of them. He was the most capable, the most destructive. Stitch size-wise is not much bigger than, say, your average corgi, cocker spaniel. He looks like a koala, but he imitates being a dog. He is capable of a certain amount of language. He is very intelligent, though. He's capable of piloting, using weapons. I don't know if he has any real martial skill or if he's just kind of random chaos in terms of how he fights, like scratch and all that stuff. But he is highly durable and very strong in terms of how much he can dish out and how much he can take. I believe he is pretty much durable enough to survive heavy falls, certain levels of explosives, certain laser blasts. Strong enough, I believe, to lift like a small car, if I'm not mistaken, when he's going all out. So, I mean, for something that big, and again, he looks like a koala. He's kind of the same size, maybe a little bigger. He is quite capable. He's also quite agile, too. He's capable of rolling up in a little ball, moving around, just very fast on his feet. And ultimately, he's very just chaotic and hazardous. Now, in fact, let me get Stitch up here real quick to make sure I get this right. I don't believe water is a weakness of Stitch. However, let's see, Stitch. Yes, Stitch. There we go. So, give me the Disney version. I should have Disney there. Stitch, Disney. The thing about Stitch is he has a serious aversion to water, but I need to double check right now if that is a legitimate weakness to water. Because if he has a legitimate weakness to water, that's something Rocket can easily capitalize on. Personality, Jumba. That was the name of the scientist who made him. Dislikes water, competition, starvation, being alone, rejection, loud sounds, toaster shots, Myrtle, Gontu, formerly evil cousins, and threats to his family. Ohana. So yeah, I mean, like I said, he has a feral mind, dense body tissue. We rarely see Stitch shot with a bullet. Although we rarely see him shot with a bullet, he does survive the crash of his spaceship with only a scratch. He's only briefly stunned by a fall several thousand feet and has to be run over by 3 tractor trailers in succession to be knocked out. Fireproof skin, bulletproof skin, shockproof, hypercognition. Basically, he thinks faster than a supercomputer. Thinking faster than a supercomputer is harder to quantify, but he does escape from captivity fairly ingenuously. Lingual intuition, cooking intuition, guitar playing, vehicle intuition, enhanced strength, can lift objects 300,000 times his own size and weight, and several times throughout the franchise being seen. Basically, you can lift something. Let's see, if he weighs, do they have a weight for him? Height, weight. They don't have a height weight here for him. Otherwise, I could give a definitive answer on just how much he's capable of lifting. But if you were to go by because he's dense, that means he's probably heavier than how he looks. You're probably looking at a guy who probably weighs, but we know Lilo can lift him, so he can't be that heavy. So, I would go, let's say the 30-pound range, because Lilo has to go like that to hug him, but Lilo can lift him up at least. So let's say 30 pounds, you multiply that by 3,000. That means you're going, roughly speaking, in the neighborhood of 90,000. So he can lift 90,000 pounds, theoretically speaking. But lifting is not the same as striking strength. Wall crawling, spherical form, which I already went over. He can crawl on walls, enhanced speed, super speed, can catch experiment 101 and 102. Who Yin and Yang, who I'm guessing, his speed is used when he's usually used only, is also usually used when he's in a spherical form. Enhanced jumping, electromagnetic vision, night infrared and X-ray, audio amplifier, which allows him to, when Lilo did the whole thing, semi-immortal. He cannot age. When when Skip flashed 10 years ahead, he did not age whatsoever. But for some reason, BFI power reversed him into an infant, meaning he's immune to. He can't get older. Essentially, alien forms. His alien form has 3 spines on his back, 2 antennae, and it can grow 2 extra pairs of arms. Venomous spines. Drawing from Stitch in the from the film's production, his spines are described as being poisons connected to venom sacs in the spinal cord. Interesting. He is apparently skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Excuse me. Using all 4 arms or just 2. An audio amplifier. Weaknesses, though, and this is actually, he's got water. Great. His inability to float and swim due to his dense molecular structure, which causes him to sink like a stone. He was able to overcome. It originally had an instinctive aquaphobia, but was able to overcome it because of Lilo's influence over him. So he's not afraid of water anymore, but he's also still weak to water. Memory erase. He's been shown that if Stitch consumes 2 different elements that form to create a particular chemical compound, all physical training will be wiped out. It will result in him eating a left shoe and Interesting. It will result in him eating a left shoe and macadamia nuts. Fascinating. Okay. Snootium drain. A Stitch is also 60% snootium. If this snootium is drained from his body, he will become temporarily exhausted from dehydration. Evidence when Snooty siphoned Stitch's snootium. Okay, sonic blast. Another weakness is the fact that his super sensitive hearing can lead to temporary deafness, which exposes sonic blast. The limited strength. A state about he can't lift even an ounce larger than 3,000 times his own size and body weight. Again, we've established that's roughly speaking in the 90,000 pound range. And trash ingestion. This is an interesting one. If Stitch consumes vast amounts of trash, he'll become incredibly sick. Gee, really? He just consumed trash. Stitch first gets sick to his stomach and sneezes as his fur turns yellow and develops orange tongue and red nose, and other symptoms that after each sneeze, an arm grows from different parts of his body. Gemma theorized that Stitch garbage-eating illness is a rare space disease. Stitch was cured when he drank a barrel of orange juice and took medicine from an eyedropper. Though it was only for a few seconds. When he sneezed again, he developed yellow stripes and grew legs instead. Only permanent cure was inhaling a stream from a vaporizer. Fascinating. So Stitch is still a very capable little monster and an adorable. Rocket, obviously, as he's popularized in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel movies, cartoons, comics, is a raccoon. He was, I believe, created by the High Evolutionary, and is one of the best bounty hunters in the galaxy, really. Especially when you combine him with Groot. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, I was sucking in so much air that I was starting to go like this and stuff like that. But Rocket has a lot of experience in the field. He's a skilled hand-to-hand combat, skilled pilot, expert marksman, brilliant tactician, has the agility of a raccoon, and has a lot of weapons on his person. Now, when I say a lot of weapons on his person, he has like standard like gravity. If we use the Guardians of the Galaxy, for example, he's expert at setting traps, like gravity landmines, needles with tranquilizers in them. He has a gun that has electrical shocks in them. He's probably got some sonic weaponry as well, and he even had some heavy duty things like the oh god, what was it called? I just watched rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy a few days ago. What was it? Oh god, the Hydrax Enforcer or something like that. The one that would blow up moons, theoretically speaking. And that's not even his best weapon. Some of his best weapons were like a weapon designed specifically to kill Thanos. Didn't work, but was specifically designed to. Thanos just is Thanos, so he was able to circumvent that. But Rocket is still limited by his physiology. He's no stronger than, say, a raccoon, basically. A raccoon who gets a lot of physical exercise. So, Rocket versus Stitch. Let's assume that Rocket here, there's a bounty placed on Stitch. And Rocket goes without Groot and is like, I got this, Groot, don't worry. So he comes out, okay, where are you? There you are. And he's going to shock Stitch. And he blasts, and just let me be clear how shockproof Stitch actually is here. Because it does say he's shockproof. Is Grandpa home? No? Okay. He also has some resistance to electricity. He's able to take electric attack from Sparky and quickly recover for it. However, he can still feel pain from such shocking, despite an immunity to electricity. So he'll hit Stitch, who it's like, and then Rocket's like, wait, weren't you supposed to go down from that? I was like, oh crap. So Stitch's like, it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, the little guy's got a bounty on him, sweetheart. No, so don't worry. Yeah, it's like, you're not gonna let some raccoon take it. Don't call me a raccoon. So the fight then begins, and Stitch immediately has a physical advantage over Rocket. He does. 1 second. You go outside. There you go. It's nice out there. Yeah, go make boobies and boobies for Uncle Ben. Good girl. So he I just blanked. God damn, I just blanked. Thanks a lot, Domino. Yeah. So Stitch has a physical advantage over Rocket, clear and simple. Durability wise and durability and strength wise, and dexterity wise, he's just got a advantage over Rocket. Rocket though has experience and firepower on his side. So Rocket immediately has to go into some other forms of weapons. He starts firing they're bouncing off a Stitch. Stitch's like, and then just pulls the gun, kicks Rocket. Rocket goes swinging into the water. Just all right, and then Stitch comes again, tries to go at Rocket, but he realizes Rocket's in the water, and Rocket then fires a sonic, some sort of sonic grenade at him, to which Stitch immediately goes, yeah, that's right, you little blue bastard, all right. And then he comes in, starts whacking the Stitch around with the gun a bit, and just boom, boom, starts hitting Stitch a bit, just do, Stitch just boom, again, swats Rocket away a little bit. Rocket's like, all right, no more, Mr. Nice Guy, and then just hits him, the Hydron Enforcer, whatever, hits him with this, like, I hear you're pretty durable, kid, so hopefully I'll get to keep my bounty after this goes off. Boom, fires at Stitch, who gets out of the way. It's like, wait, not the planet, and then almost blows up the planet, but luckily, I would imagine Stitch maybe figures out something, just rebounds the blast back, and basically they go flying. The Rocket's again still in the water. He gets out of the water. Just, all right, kid. We can do this the easy way or the fun way. Please pick the fun way. And Stitch's like, and then Stitch comes in again. Now Rocket, though, has now prepared for Stitch. He's dealt with Stitch enough that he can kind of avoid. He's like, all right, come on. Is that the best you got? And then he just in a full alien voice, like, okay, I guess it isn't the best you got. And then he just does another blast with his the shocker. I'm going to call it the shocker. The shocker, the electric blast, which again seizes him up, Stitch up, but he's like, and then later. And then just, kicks off Stitch. Stitch is like, and then because he can't hear the beep, he realizes this, and then all of a sudden this grenade goes off, and it's like a gravity grenade, kind of like what we see him using on the Ravengers when they're on Berhart in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He just goes flying around a bit. It's the little things in life. Oh, crap. Whoa! So then they're both kind of hopping, but even Stitch, for all his durability, because Rocket is a unique opponent who's dealt with far more powerful individuals than Stitch. Let's be clear. Stitch is like, I was like, is that the best you got? Come on, kid, this is nothing. This is nothing. It's like, and Stitch is hearing finally because like, you know, no hurt family, no hurt Ohana. I was like, yeah, no hurt Ohana, kid. And then just Stitch comes in, just comes at Rocket, who's got basically John McClane diehard. So I was like, just you, and then just hits him point blank with let's say like a putty gun of some kind, which basically just kind of like foam that is Stitch just can't move out of it. Just, you're not gonna. It's a special latex foam I developed. Or a special foam. The more you move, the tighter it's gonna get around you, kid. I'm the only one who's got the dissolvent. So, whoop, just gets him in that little kind of like the Nova Core used. It's like, yeah, gotcha. So take it back. No, Stitch, give back my Stitch. Like, no, kid, I'm not giving him back. Sorry. It's like, but he's my friend and my family. And then Lilo starts to play at Rocket's heartstrings. It's like, no, wait, No. The money's mine. The money's mine. This starts. You happy kid. You're making me beat up grass. It's like, boom, just releases Stitch. Fine, take him. Go. Me and my bleeding heart. So he walks off, and that's how it ends. Yeah, Rocket wins this fight. Now, why does Rocket win this fight? If this fight were just about them going toe-to-toe physically, Stitch would win the fight. He's just physically more powerful than Rocket is. But it's not that. Stitch is very durable. Stitch is shock-resistant, bulletproof, all that. Things that Rocket does have on him. But Rocket has a lot more on him and has had far more experience dealing with individuals much tougher than Stitch. Much more unique than Stitch. And has dealt with them on his own, not just with the help of the Guardians. Whereas Stitch has trouble with just his lesser cousins. Now, all of them will have certain abilities, sure, but Stitch has trouble with those as well. Stitch also has exploitable weaknesses that Rocket would exploit. His aversion to water. I'm certain Rocket could pick up on that. Sensitive hearing. Sure, he could pick up on that. The trash and everything else, that's something different. So, the main gist of why Rocket wins is pretty much he's got the weaponry, the experience, the tactical knowledge, and he also wouldn't play fair. He'll play to win. Stitch, wind's blowing a bit. I need to close the door. Oh, and never mind. Looks like the wind's about to take care of that for me. There we go. Because you came back inside, puppy. You were supposed to go outside. But no, Rocket has much more experience dealing with someone like Stitch than Stitch does with Rocket. And you might say, well, he deals with the experience. Yeah, and they're stronger than Rocket. Yeah, technically speaking. But I would argue Rocket could probably take out any of the experiments. Just about any of them. So, yeah, I have just because, again, when you factor in what the Lilo Stitch universe is like, kind of, and what the experiments are capable of at their max potential, and then you move that over to individuals in the Marvel universe that Rocket's taken on, some of the weaker individuals in the Marvel universe, hell, let's just take a lowball a mutant, for example. Let's lowball Cyclops. Cyclops could take out just about every one of the experiments, probably including Stitch. Just because of how powerful his optic blast can literally be. And I don't necessarily mean take him out as in kill him, but I mean like at least knock him out and beat him in a fight. Then you factor in Rocket, who could probably beat Cyclops' ass when we're really breaking that down. So ultimately, yeah, I gotta go with Rocket on this, just because of the nature of the universes and the natures of the characters, and what they have versus what they don't have forcing each other. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rocket. I'll go Rocket about 80% of the time, because I think there is a scenario in the 20% margin where Stitch just overpowers and knocks Rocket out. I do think that's a scenario that could happen. I just think Rocket beating Stitch is far more likely. But what do you think? Do you think Rocket wins or do you think Stitch wins most of the time? Put it in the comments below and let me know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Hero Magic, what if, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later, folks.